up, you crazy kids? It's Friday. Can't you tell? Look around. It's Friday. You can feel Friday all around you. I know I can. You know what that means? We got a big weekend coming up, starting today, over on ClassicGameRoom.com. You know, Friday's sort of that's a day that lives in limbo. I feel bad for Friday. It's not really the weekday. People assume it's the weekend, but it's not I don't know. Anyway, we got some good stuff coming up. Starting today on ClassicGameRoom.com. You go over there right now. TJ's got a review of a TJ game. I don't even know how to, what is it? Koneko Monogatari? Koneko Monogatari? I don't know, it's a Famicom game. I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no idea. You know what I have right now? Spider-Man for the GameCube. That's the kind of guy I am. I can't even pronounce TJ's names. I got Spider-Man, GameCube. What is that? That's 9 letters in my game. There's like 97 in his. I think that really illustrates the difference between TJ and I. And then tomorrow's Saturday, and you know what that means. It's officially the weekend. It's not some half weekend like today. It all begins on Saturday. TJ's gonna have a review of Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Remix for the PS3. And then I got, what do I have? Oh, I have Deadpool for the Xbox 360. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be real honest. Like, I'm not a big comic book guy, so, you know, I had never really experienced Deadpool before. I didn't even know what he was, to be honest with you. So it was my first experience with the character. But it was love at first sight. I love Deadpool. I can't imagine my life without Deadpool. And I'm gonna tell you all about it in my review, which is going up tomorrow on ClassicGameRoom.com. You gotta see that review, that's a good one. And then Sunday, TJ's back with more Kingdom Hearts Final Mix for the PS3. And then, hey, I got some stuff too. It's an Xbox 360 review, and it's called Zoo Tycoon, and you get to pet monkeys. Did you hear me? Before you get to pet monkeys. Zoo Tycoon, Xbox 360. Sunday, ClassicGameRoom.com. Anyway, that's what we're up to here at CGR Undertow. Hey, I'll tell you what I was doing today. I was messing with this. Look at this. Guinness World Records 2014 Gamer Edition. I can't even hold it straight because I'm throwing up everywhere and I'm dizzy. But I reviewed that today. That'll be coming up soon too. You know what we need to do before I go fall over? We need to answer some questions from ClassicGameRoom.com in the forums. The questions for CGR Undertow. Questions for me! Hey everyone, look, I'm on the forums. Come join me on the Wind Squid Pub, everyone. I'm on the forums. You could be too, if you were smart. Oh, what a question! Today's first question comes from Badger Nun. He asks, who's the greatest wrestler of the Attitude Era? He says, hey, I noticed a few wrestling references popping up. So this leads to the obvious question. Who's the greatest wrestler of the Attitude Era? His vote goes to Goldust. Let me tell you something. You know, I think maybe people are realizing it now because Goldust has come back and he's really having a hell of a run in the WWE right now. But Goldust, especially when he first arrived on the scene, that was a really cutting edge character. I mean, Goldust's character was really pushing boundaries in the 90s. You go back and watch some of that stuff now that he was doing, man, that was really, really pushing boundaries that in the 90s people weren't pushing. And I think Goldust, you know, he came in right before the Attitude Era, and he really helped push it into sort of the risque stuff that, you know, the WWF, WWE would embrace in the Attitude Era. Goldust is a solid choice, and of course he's back now, and his in-ring stuff is better than ever. It's really good stuff. As for other choices, obviously, you gotta say Stone Cold Steve Austin. Bret Hart is actually my favorite wrestler, so I would say Bret Hart, his role he played early in the Attitude Era, he was sort of one of the guys that, ironically, although he wasn't actually a big fan of where the WWF went in the Attitude Era, ironically, he was one of the guys who helped push it there. With his match with Stone Cold Steve Austin, the double turn, where he turned heel, and at the same time Austin turned face, that was amazing. What a match. And I think, actually, I'm going to go with those two. Bret Hart and Stone Cold, Goldust, obviously The Rock, but I think those two were my favorite from the Attitude Era. Bret Hart and Stone Cold. What a question, Badger Nun. We got another good question from Energy, E-N-E-R-G. He wants to know what my thoughts are on pinball. I'm assuming he means pinball in general and not just the NES game pinball, which I actually really liked, the NES game pinball. I like pinball. I'm horrible at it. I think you have to be really good at pinball, you have to be an old guy. Yeah, you know, you had to have grown up in the arcades with pinball machines, and I didn't do that. That was like a few years before my time. I was born in '84, so that was like, I was too little when pinball was really in its prime for me to really, to attain the skills necessary to become a pinball master. But I really enjoy it. We have a bunch of pinball machines here at the office, and I play them as often as I can when I'm not slaving away at god-awful GameCube games and shovelware. But I like pinball. That's a good question. And then someone with a username just Exodus, which is perfect given the question, asked what my top 10 favorite thrash metal albums of all time were. If you missed it on Monday, yeah, it was Monday. I did, just randomly, I did a countdown of my top 10 metal albums of 2013. So now the cat's out of the bag. Everyone knows I like metal. And I was surprised how many of you like metal too, and now we're getting questions about it in the forums. But anyway, my top 10 thrash albums, well obviously thrash is my favorite genre of metal. It's what I started listening to and that got me into metal, and still to this day it's my favorite. My top 10 albums though, I mean that would have to be, we'll say Sodom, Agent Orange is probably 10th place. I actually wrote them down, hold on. Coma of Souls by Creator would be number 9. Number 8, Dimension Hatros by Voivod, which is an amazing progressive thrash band from Canada. Number 7, The Years of Decay by Overkill. Number 6, Sepultura's Beneath the Remains. Number 5, The Legacy by Testament. Number 4, Among the Living by Anthrax. Number 3, Rain and Blood by Slayer. Number 2, Master of Puppets by Metallica. And number 1, my favorite thrash album of all time, Rust in Peace by Megadeth. Good question, Exodus. All right, that's enough questions for today. Get out of here with your questions for today. I'll be back Monday with more Q&A. Let you know what's coming up Monday on ClassicGameRoom.com. And actually I have to go right now because I'm going to go, tonight I'm actually going to see a Metallica cover band called Battery. Have you guys ever seen Battery? I've seen them a couple times. They're a pretty decent cover band. Also, it's a lot cheaper than going to see Metallica. And these days they play in like Antarctica, you know? They don't play like, oh, they don't really tour. It's just, hey, let's play Antarctica. We're Metallica. And we can do that kind of stuff. That's fine. I'll just go see a cover band. That's how I'm spending my weekend. I hope you guys have a good weekend. And I hope to see you this weekend over on ClassicGameRoom.com. See you in the Windsquid pub. Watch some of our reviews. We got some good stuff coming this weekend. And I'm not just saying that because I made them. And I think they're... My mom said they were good. I'm seriously nauseous. That spinning around was a poor choice for a Friday.